There's something profoundly broken in how most people approach manifestation, and after 365 days of relentless quantum experiments, I discovered something that will shatter everything you think you know about creating reality. Imagine spending an entire year, 365 consecutive days, testing every single manifestation method available, not just reading about them, not just theorizing, but methodically, scientifically implementing each technique with ruthless precision. And here's what most spiritual teachers won't tell you. Out of dozens of methods, only 3 actually collapse reality. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, but with a precision that defies conventional understanding. Neville Goddard wasn't just teaching a technique. He was revealing a quantum mechanism so powerful that most people's nervous systems cannot even metabolize its true implications. My name is, and for the past 365 days I've been a quantum manifestation laboratory, tracking every signal, measuring every frequency shift, documenting every single experiment with the rigor of a physicist and the intuition of a mystic. What I'm about to share isn't another manifestation strategy. This is a complete deconstruction of how reality actually forms. And the moment you understand this, everything changes. Most people approach manifestation like it's a linear process. Set an intention, visualize, take action, wait. But quantum physics reveals something radically different. Reality doesn't happen to you. Reality collapses through you. The fundamental misunderstanding is this. You believe you're trying to create something, but in quantum reality you're not creating. You're revealing. Every desire already exists in potential. Your job isn't manufacturing, it's tuning. Think about the double-slit experiment. Electrons behave differently when observed. They exist in all potential states simultaneously, until a conscious observer collapses them into a specific trajectory. Your consciousness does the exact same thing with your reality. Traditional manifestation teaches you to hope. Quantum manifestation teaches you to embody. There's a monumental difference. The field doesn't respond to your desires. It responds to your dominance. Not dominance as aggression, but dominance as coherence. A frequency so stable, so precise that reality has no choice but to reorganize around it. And here's where it gets fascinating. This coherence isn't generated by thoughts. It's generated by emotion, not surface-level excitement, but a deep, cellular certainty that transcends hope and bypasses doubt entirely. Most people's manifestation attempts are just sophisticated forms of hoping. They're broadcasting uncertainty while pretending to be certain. The quantum field sees right through that performance. So how do you actually generate this coherence? How do you become a reality-collapsing mechanism instead of a reality-waiting mechanism? That's exactly what I discovered in my 365-day quantum experiment. The double-slit experiment wasn't just a scientific procedure. It was a portal into the most radical understanding of reality ever conceived. Picture a sterile laboratory in the early quantum era. White walls, precise instruments, electron guns pointed at a seemingly simple barrier with 2 narrow slits. What happened next would obliterate everything we thought we knew about how reality forms. When electrons were fired without observation, they behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern that spread across the detection screen, multiple potential paths existing simultaneously. But the moment a conscious observer introduced measurement, something extraordinary occurred. Those same electrons transformed instantly, collapsing from wave to particle, creating a precise, predictable pattern. This wasn't just a scientific anomaly. This was a fundamental revelation about the nature of reality itself. The electron didn't just change, it was waiting for consciousness to determine its form. Sound familiar? Just like those electrons exist in multiple potential states until observed, you are simultaneously existing in multiple potential timelines right now. Your dominant frequency, not your thoughts, not your actions, determines which timeline collapses into physical reality. Most people live as if they're passive receivers of reality, but quantum physics reveals you're the active generator. Your consciousness isn't just witnessing reality, it's constructing it moment by moment. The electron doesn't choose its path, the observer chooses the path. Imagine your desired reality as an electron in superposition. It exists in all potential forms simultaneously, wealthy, healthy, fulfilled, waiting for your precise frequency to collapse it into form. But here's the quantum twist most miss. This collapse isn't about forcing, it's about allowing. It's about becoming so energetically coherent that your desired timeline has no choice but to materialize. The laboratory scientists were stunned. Their most precise instruments revealed that consciousness wasn't just interacting with reality. Consciousness was the fundamental generative mechanism of reality itself. The universe wasn't a machine. It was a responsive, intelligent field that reorganized instantly based on observation. Let's dive into the quantum landscape of your daily manifestation battlegrounds. Those moments where reality seems most resistant, most stubborn. First, that 3 a.m. moment. You're wide awake, heart racing, bank account feeling like a black hole of scarcity. Traditional manifestation tells you to think positive or repeat affirmations. Quantum reality reveals something far more profound. Your nervous system is broadcasting a frequency of lack before you even consciously think about money. Your cells remember every financial struggle, every moment of constraint. They're not just memories, they're active frequency generators. The quantum shift? It's not about forcing abundance, it's about neutralizing the survival frequency. Breathe into your lower abdomen. Feel safety, not as a concept, but as a cellular experience. Let your breath become a signal of fundamental security. Then there's the morning anxiety. That moment before opening your eyes when doubt floods your system. Most people try to fight this with willpower or positive thinking. But quantum physics shows us anxiety is simply unprocessed energy waiting for transformation. Your body isn't the enemy. It's a sophisticated frequency receiver trying to protect you. The quantum method? Don't resist. Feel the anxiety completely. Drop into it without story. Let it move through you like a wave. In 90 seconds, you'll notice something extraordinary. The energy transforms. Anxiety isn't something to overcome. It's a signal waiting to be decoded. Your vision board becomes a daily mockery, images of dreams that feel light years away. Traditional manifestation says, visualize harder. Quantum reality reveals, those images are already existing in potential. Your job isn't to create them. Your job is to match their frequency. Close your eyes. Don't just see the image. Feel what it would be like to live that reality, not as hope, as current, present moment truth. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between imagination and reality when the emotional signature is identical. Meditation becomes another battlefield, your mind racing, desperately trying to be spiritual, while internal chaos reigns. Most practitioners fight their thoughts. Quantum consciousness teaches radical acceptance. Your thoughts are not the problem. They're frequency indicators. Watch them like clouds. No resistance, no attachment, just pure observation. In this spaciousness, something miraculous happens. Thoughts lose their gravitational pull. You become the vast sky, not the passing storm. Jealousy when seeing others succeed. That gut-wrenching moment of comparison. Traditional spirituality says, be happy for others. Quantum reality reveals, jealousy is your soul's precise navigation system. It's showing you exactly what you're meant to create. That person achieving your dream isn't competition. They're a quantum mirror, revealing your own potential. Every trigger is an invitation, not to judge, but to align. The quantum field doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your frequency, and frequency is generated not by thinking, but by feeling. Your body is the most sophisticated quantum computer ever designed, capable of collapsing timelines faster than thought. Let's decode the quantum manifestation signature of Jim Carrey, a case study in reality collapse that defies conventional understanding. Before Hollywood recognized him, Carrey wasn't just visualizing success. He was quantum engineering his entire timeline. In 1990, broke and struggling, he wrote himself a $10 million check, dated it 5 years in the future, and placed it in his wallet. But this wasn't a mere visualization technique. This was a sophisticated quantum frequency calibration. Most see this as a motivational story. Quantum reality reveals a far more precise mechanism. Carrey wasn't hoping. He was broadcasting. That check wasn't paper. It was an energetic transmission device, a quantum antenna tuned to a specific reality frequency. He didn't just want $10 million. He became the version of himself who already possessed it. Cellular coherence, nervous system alignment, complete identity transformation. By 1995, exactly 5 years later, he received $10 million for Dumb and Dumb, not as coincidence, as inevitability. The quantum field doesn't understand hope. It only understands coherence. 3 precise practices Carrey used that anyone can replicate. 1. Energetic check writing. Not as wishful thinking, but as frequency calibration. Write a check not just with your hand, but with your entire nervous system's certainty. 2. Future self-embodiment. Close your eyes. Don't just visualize. Feel the emotional signature of your desired reality. Let your body generate that frequency. Now. 3. Detached expectation. Hold the vision with zero desperation. Pure, neutral certainty. Like gravity doesn't try to pull, it simply exists. Most fail because they're broadcasting uncertainty while pretending to be certain. Carey's quantum genius wasn't positive thinking. It was complete frequency alignment. Before we dive deeper, here's your quantum checkpoint. A moment of energetic declaration. Type in the comments, "I collapse timelines, I don't chase them." Say it not as a social media gesture, but as an energetic signature, a reminder that reality responds to your embodied frequency, not your desperate hoping. Because this moment is the manifestation, and if you can feel it now, then it's already here. Now let's unravel the quantum transformation that most never witness. Sarah had been the poster child of traditional manifestation. Vision boards covering her walls, journals filled with meticulously written affirmations, meditation practices, gratitude rituals, 2 years of absolute devotion, and zero results. Not just external silence, internal devastation. Each morning, she'd look at her carefully crafted vision board and feel a crushing weight. Those images weren't inspiration, they were mockeries. Her nervous system had learned to associate desire with disappointment. Worthiness wasn't just a concept, it was a battlefield. Every unanswered prayer felt like a personal rejection. The universe wasn't just ignoring her, it felt like it was actively proving her inadequacy. Exhaustion wasn't just physical, it was cellular. Her manifestation journey had become a trauma loop, hoping, failing, blaming herself, repeating. The quantum shift began not with revelation, but with radical surrender. No more techniques, no more forcing, just a whispered surrender. I don't know how, but something must change. Day 1. Confusion. Emptiness. No magical feeling, no sudden insight, just a strange neutrality. Day 3. First subtle signal. A text from a forgotten contact. Not life-changing, but something felt different. The energy around communication had shifted. Day 5. First synchronicity. An unexpected opportunity that didn't just align, it felt like it was waiting for her all along. Not through effort, through allowing. Day 7. Collapse. Not dramatic, precise. Like a quantum particle suddenly materializing, her entire energetic field reorganized. The 30-day transformation wasn't just external, it was a complete nervous system recalibration. Relationships that once drained her now energized her. Money stopped being a struggle, it became a flow. Opportunities didn't just appear, they felt inevitable. Physiologically, the changes were profound. Sleep transformed from restless survival to deep regeneration. Energy wasn't something she chased, it was something she generated. Intuition shifted from a whisper to a clear, precise navigation system. Her body wasn't just a container, it became a quantum receiver, broadcasting a frequency so coherent that reality had no choice but to reorganize. The quantum method wasn't a technique, it was a remembering, a return to a state of fundamental trust where manifestation isn't something you do, it's something you allow. Imagine reality not as a linear path, but as an infinite quantum landscape where every potential version of your life exists simultaneously. The many worlds interpretation isn't theoretical poetry, it's your operational manual. Every choice you've ever considered, every path not taken, every alternate version of yourself, they're all active, breathing realities. Schrödinger's famous thought experiment reveals a profound truth. Reality exists in a state of pure potential, until observation collapses it into a specific form. You're not just observing reality, you're generating it. Your consciousness isn't a passive receiver, it's an active selector, pulling specific timelines from an infinite probability wave. Most humans live trapped in what they believe is their only reality. Quantum mechanics reveals a radically different mechanism. You're continuously sliding between parallel dimensions, mostly unconsciously. Your emotional frequency is the quantum navigation system. Low vibration emotions keep you locked in survival timelines. High coherence states allow quantum jumps between realities. 3 precise timeline navigation techniques. 1. Quantum meditation. Close your eyes. Don't visualize. Feel the emotional signature of the timeline you want. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between imagination and reality when the frequency is identical. 2. Timeline recognition. Look for quantum markers. Synchronicities aren't coincidences. They're dimensional bleed-throughs, repeated number sequences, unexpected connections, dreams that feel more real than waking life. These are navigation signals. 3. Frequency stabilization. Maintain the emotional state of your desired timeline before external evidence arrives. Your body is the quantum computer. Coherence is the algorithm. Most people fail at timeline jumping because they're broadcasting uncertainty while pretending to be certain. True quantum navigation requires complete nervous system alignment, not just thinking differently, being differently. The multiverse doesn't care about your hopes. It responds to your frequency. Every manifestation method carries a fragment of quantum truth, like ancient maps revealing partial territories of a vast, unexplored continent. Let's decode their quantum mechanics, not to dismiss, but to complete their wisdom. Law of attraction, 20% accurate truth. Contained, focus creates reality. Limitation, treating focus as mental activity instead of cellular broadcasting. Most practitioners visualize with their minds while their nervous system broadcasts contradiction. Quantum reality reveals, focus isn't a thought. It's a complete energetic state where your entire being, cellular, emotional, physiological, aligns with the desired frequency. The missing 80%? Coherent embodiment. Your cells must know what your mind only imagines. Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret, 35% accurate breakthrough. Insight. Emotional state precedes manifestation. Limitation. Treating feeling as a technique rather than a quantum navigation system. Goddard understood feelings generate reality, but didn't fully map how feelings are frequency transmissions that collapse probability waves. Quantum upgrade. Feelings aren't just internal experiences. They're precise quantum communication protocols that instruct the field about which timeline to materialize. Abraham Hicks Emotional Guidance Scale, 25% accurate profound contribution. Emotions as vibrational indicators. Limitation. Treating emotions as sequential rather than simultaneous quantum states. The scale suggests moving from depression to anger to hope. Quantum reality reveals, all emotional frequencies exist simultaneously. Your skill isn't climbing the scale. It's learning to generate your desired frequency regardless of current circumstances. The quantum breakthrough? These methods aren't competing approaches. They're evolutionary stages pointing toward a more precise understanding. Manifestation isn't something you do. It's a state you embody so completely that reality reorganizes around your presence. Breathe in, cellular reset. Release old programming. Each breath dissolves these quantum interference patterns. You're not clearing. You're recoding. Feel the certainty, not as hope, as physics. This feeling isn't future. It's a frequency already active. This sensation isn't wanting. It's instruction. Quantum field. Calibrate. To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise. A transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, called the Quantum Identity Blueprint. It's more than a PDF guide. It's a precisely calibrated frequency transmission that brings together neuroscience mapping, embodiment protocols, and quantum coherence techniques you didn't even know you needed. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to get more information, but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Now let's decode the neuroscience of quantum field interaction. The reticular activating system isn't just a filter. It's your biological quantum translator, processing 40 million bits of information per second but allowing only 40 bits into conscious awareness. The RAS is your brain's probability collapse mechanism. It doesn't just filter, it selects. Neuroplasticity reveals something profound. Your brain doesn't just respond to reality, it generates it. Every repeated signal rewires neural networks, creating literal physical pathways that determine which quantum potentials manifest. You're not just thinking, you're sculpting reality's infrastructure. Heart-brain coherence research from HeartMath Institute demonstrates something revolutionary. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times more powerful than brain signals. This isn't metaphor. This is your quantum transmission system. Your heartbeat isn't just a rhythm. It's a communication protocol with the quantum field. Mirror neurons explain why embodiment works at a neurological level. These specialized brain cells can't distinguish between performing an action and observing it. When you fully inhabit a future timeline, feeling its emotional signature, your nervous system believes it's already happening. Quantum reality doesn't know the difference between imagination and instruction. Theta brainwaves represent your quantum access state, the liminal space between conscious control and subconscious creation. At 48 Hz, you're not just relaxed, you're quantum programming. This is where probability waves become particleized reality. Let's address the honest resistance, not as obstacles, but as evolutionary inquiries revealing deeper quantum intelligence. Objection 1. Isn't this just spiritual bypassing? Brilliant observation. Traditional spiritual bypassing uses transcendence to avoid genuine transformation. Quantum manifestation does the opposite. It demands radical emotional metabolization. You're not escaping pain. You're alchemizing it into precise frequency transmission. The difference? Bypassing says, rise above. Quantum manifestation says, metabolize completely. Your unresolved trauma isn't weakness. It's unprocessed energy waiting to be transformed into creative potential. Objection 2. What about taking physical action? Action isn't the problem. Unconscious action is. Most hustle is nervous system protection, not genuine creation. Quantum manifestation reveals. Right action emerges from coherent state, not willpower. Your body knows the path before your mind maps it. Action becomes effortless flow when internal frequency matches external desire. Not forcing, not waiting, resonating. Objection 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Confirmation bias assumes you're seeing what you want. Quantum physics reveals you're generating what you're perceiving. Your observation doesn't just interpret reality, it collapses probability waves. This isn't magical thinking. This is wave-particle duality demonstrated through human consciousness. Objection 4. Why do bad things happen if we create our reality? Profound question. You're not creating from your current identity. You're creating from potential timelines simultaneously existing. Bad experiences are quantum calibration mechanisms, not punishments, but precise navigation systems revealing unconscious programming. Objection 5. This sounds too easy, fast to be real. Ease doesn't mean absence of depth. Quantum collapse happens instantly, but preparation is profound. You're not shortcutting. You're becoming so internally coherent that external reality has no choice but to reorganize. Speed isn't the goal. Precision is. Quantum visualization. Future self-transmission. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Not just breathing, but becoming a quantum receiver. Feel your nervous system softening. Boundaries dissolving between what is and what's potential. Imagine a doorway, not a physical door, a quantum threshold. Your hand touches the handle. Subtle electromagnetic charge tingles through your fingertips. As you turn the handle, notice how reality feels different, lighter, more permeable. Step through. Immediately you sense them, your future self, 6 months ahead, but it feels like an eternal moment. They're wearing something that speaks pure confidence, not expensive but precisely aligned. A deep navy blazer that looks like it was woven from pure intention. Tailored but not rigid. Fabric that moves with absolute certainty. Their posture isn't performing strength. It's embodied strength. Spine aligned not through effort, but through complete internal coherence. Shoulders relaxed. Not pushed back but naturally open. Like gravity itself respects their energetic blueprint. Facial expression, not forcing positivity. Pure, unshakable peace. Eyes that have seen multiple timelines collapse, now resting in choiceless awareness. A slight knowing smile, not arrogant but compassionate. They've navigated complexity and emerged not hardened but more fluid. They speak, not with advice but transmission. Stop trying to convince anyone, including yourself. Your frequency is your only communication. The moment you need external validation, you've already leaked your power. Trust the internal signal more than the external noise. Their energy is magnetic without attempting attraction. Quiet, precise, self-contained. They radiate an invitation, not a demand. Key insights they embed. The timeline you're chasing is already complete. Your current doubt is the only thing blocking manifestation. Surrender is not passive, it's radical precision. As they speak, Their frequency begins merging with yours, not intellectually, cellularly. Your nervous system starts recalibrating. Old protective patterns dissolve. Slowly, gently, return. But you're not the same. Something fundamental has shifted. Quantum identity transmission, progressive collapse protocol. Stage 1. I want to be someone who. Separation frequency activated. Notice the energetic distance. Desire tinged with impossibility. Most get trapped here, wanting without believing. The quantum field reads your underlying frequency, not your surface desire. Your want carries an implicit doubt. It's a prayer with no embodied conviction. The block. You're positioning yourself as separate from the experience. Breakthrough. Recognize wanting as a protective mechanism. Your nervous system is testing safety before full commitment. Stage 2. I'm becoming. Effort enters. Feel the energetic strain of transformation. Becoming implies a journey, a process. But quantum collapse knows no process. It's instantaneous. Common mistake. Believing change requires linear progression. Your cells don't understand becoming. They only understand now. The breakthrough. Realize becoming is a mental construct. Identity doesn't evolve. It shifts. Stage 3. I'm choosing. Decision enters. More precise frequency. Choice isn't mental. It's a nervous system recalibration. When you truly choose, your entire electromagnetic field reorganizes. Most people choose from the same internal state that created the problem. Real choice happens below thought. It's a cellular declaration that rewrites probability. Stage 4. I'm practicing. Implementation frequency. Practicing reveals subtle resistance. You're still seeing transformation as a skill to master, not a state to inhabit. Quantum truth. You don't practice being. You are. The block. Turning embodiment into another performance. The breakthrough. Practice becomes presence, not doing, being. Stage 5. I am. Collapse moment. Pure declarative frequency. No explanation needed. No justification required. Simply is. Feel the electromagnetic charge. Your statement isn't a hope. It's a command to reality. Quantum physics confirms. Observer creates reality. I am isn't a statement. It's a generative frequency that reorganizes matter. Stage 6. I've always been. Memory becomes future. Time dissolves. You're not discovering something new. You're remembering a truth always present. Your future self isn't ahead. It surrounds you now, waiting for recognition. The quantum field doesn't distinguish between memory and potential. Both are simultaneously existing probabilities. Stage 7. Silence pure frequency transmission. No words. Complete embodiment. The field speaks. You listen. Nervous system recalibrates. Reality reorganizes. Closing transmission. Identity is not a destination. It's a continuous quantum collapse, moment by moment, breath by breath, choosing beyond thought, beyond effort, into pure being. Quantum manifestation channel. Transmission, and if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel, because we're not here to give you more content. We're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Day 1. Frequency mapping. Time, 7:07:20 a.m. Protocol. Nervous system scan. Sit in complete silence. Track internal sensations without judgment. Map current emotional energetic baseline. Identify primary frequency blockers, resistance handlers. If mental chatter emerges, observe, don't engage. If discomfort rises, breathe into sensation. If judgment appears, recognize as protection mechanism. Journal prompt. What frequency am I currently broadcasting? What does my body know that my mind refuses to hear? Success indicators. Increased somatic awareness, emotional neutrality, clarity without attachment. Frequency checkpoint. Coherence level, 1.7, mapping complete day. 2, contradiction, dissolution. Time, 7:07:30 a.m. Protocol. Unconscious pattern excavation. List all internal contradictions. Identify where desire and belief diverge. energetic weight assessment of each contradiction, cellular release meditation, resistance, handlers. If emotional overwhelm occurs, return to breath. If self-judgment emerges, practice radical compassion. If fear surfaces, recognize as energy wanting transformation. Journal prompt: where am I fighting myself? What unprocessed narrative keeps my desired timeline at bay? Success indicators: increased emotional fluidity, reduced internal friction, spontaneous insights. Frequency checkpoint: coherence level 2/7. Contradictions identified. Day 3. Baseline reprogramming. Time 7:40 a.m. Protocol: identity calibration sequence, somatic visualization, nervous system rewiring meditation, quantum entanglement with desired timeline, cellular memory recalibration, resistance handlers. If doubt appears, recognize as old programming. If skepticism rises, return to felt sense. If numbness occurs, gentle movement, reset journal. Prompt: if my desired timeline was already here, how would my body feel? What would be different at the cellular level? Success indicators: spontaneous emotional shifts, increased energetic, lightness, subtle body recalibration, frequency checkpoint, coherence level 3/7. New baseline installed quantum corporate metamorphosis, the frequency of true success. Picture: the archetypal modern executive, corner office, $5,000 custom suit, Rolex that costs more than most people's annual salary. External metrics of success screaming loudly, but internally, a nuclear reactor of pure survival frequency. Every morning, 4:30 a.m. alarm, not because of inspiration, because of fear. Imposter syndrome running like malware through your nervous system, checking emails before breathing, meetings where your body is present but your consciousness is fragmented, performing success while internally bleeding. The dissonance anatomy: luxury apartment, zero peace, multiple properties, no home, 7-figure income, constant scarcity panic, professional achievements, deep unworthiness, external power, internal paralysis. Breaking point: transmission: health doesn't negotiate. Your body will become the messenger when your frequency refuses to listen. For this executive, it was a panic attack during a board meeting. Not dramatic, quiet, devastating. Systems shutting down. The perfect machine suddenly revealing its fundamental fracture. Quantum shift mechanism: from manifesting more to recalibrating. Frequency 90-day transformation. Protocol: Phase 1. Frequency audit, nervous system mapping, survival pattern identification, energetic leak detection, cellular reprogramming. Key insight: success is not an external achievement. It's an internal state of coherence. Transformation markers: work hours, reduced 40%. Income, increased 22%. Stress levels, collapsed 75%. Embodiment, from performance to presence. The paradoxical breakthrough: when you stop trying to prove your worth becomes magnetic. Quantum business principle: your frequency is your most valuable asset. Not your skills, not your network, your energetic broadcast. Manifestation is not about doing more. It's about being more precisely aligned. The executive didn't change external circumstances. The external reality recalibrated to match the new internal frequency. Transmission, complete. Quantum timing, the frequency of manifestation. Divine timing is not an external decision. It's an internal calibration. Most misunderstand waiting as passive submission. In quantum mechanics, waiting is active recalibration. Your frequency is constantly broadcasting, but not all broadcasts are clean signals. The intention manifestation gap decoded. Signal purity spectrum, 0-30%. Pure noise, 30-60%. Mixed signal, 60-85%. Coherent transmission, 85-100%. Quantum lock, wobbling mechanics. When you say, not yet, you're actually measuring signal inconsistency. Your nervous system is detecting internal contradictions faster than your conscious mind. Surrender is not resignation, it's precise frequency stabilization. Quantum distinction, not yet versus not this, not yet. Indicators, underlying fear present, energetic resistance detectable, internal dialogue still negotiating, cellular tension remains, not this. Signals, complete energetic rejection, visceral no in body. Timeline feels fundamentally misaligned. Instant clarity, no negotiation. Persistence. Algorithm. If signal is 60–85% pure, persist. If signal generates physical contraction, pivot. If intuition speaks without explanation, trust the mystic's paradox. Action is surrender. Surrender is action. They're frequency modulations of the same quantum potential. Your manifestation isn't delayed. It's calibrating. Transmission complete. Frequency stabilized. Quantum metaphors. Reality's hidden architecture. 1. Tuning fork. Resonance transmission. Physical mechanics. Vibrating object induces sympathetic vibration. Precise frequency creates instantaneous response. Energy transfer without physical contact. Pure tone emerges through coherent oscillation. Spiritual translation. Your internal state doesn't just broadcast, it induces, not manifesting, entraining. Nervous system as living tuning fork. Frequency is your fundamental language. World doesn't respond to your words. World responds to your vibration. Coherence is the only true currency application protocol. Become the frequency. Stop explaining. Start radiating, let reality recalibrate. 2. Hologram. Interference patterns of consciousness. Quantum construction. Entire image contained in each fragment, light waves intersecting. Information distributed, not localized. Changing angle reveals different perspectives. Consciousness mapping. You are not in the universe. Universe is in you. Each cell contains total information. Transformation happens multidimensionally. Embodiment. Mechanics. Shift one frequency point. Entire holographic field reorganizes. No linear. Cause-effect. Simultaneous total reconfiguration. 3. Quantum entanglement. Instantaneous connection. Particle. Physics. Instantaneous communication. Beyond space-time limitations. Fundamental interconnectedness. Distance irrelevant manifestation. Principle. Desire already exists. Not something to attract, something to recognize. Alignment not acquisition transmission. Complete. The quantum radio parable. Frequency is destiny. 2 operators. 1 quantum radio first operator. Analytical, desperate, obsessively checks radio specifications. Reads every manual. Calculates signal probabilities. Asks, why isn't this working? Energy. Contracted, analytical, efforting. Second operator. Intuitive. Embodied. Feels frequency. Trusts resonance. Knows radio is extension of consciousness. Asks, what am I already receiving? Energy. Expansive, relaxed, allowing 30-day contrast journey. Michael's trajectory. Week 1, intense research. Week 2, growing frustration. Week 3, systematic debugging. Week 4, existential breakdown. Result. 0 signals, maximum effort. Elena's trajectory. Week 1, gentle attunement. Week 2, subtle vibrations. Week 3, clear transmissions. Week 4, multiple timeline access. Result. Effortless reception, quantum radio, metaphysics, radio, consciousness interface, tuning, frequency alignment, signal, potential timeline, asking, resistance, receiving, allowing. 5. Tuning techniques. 1. Nervous system calibration. 2. Emotional frequency matching. 3. Embodied visualization. 4. Quantum breath synchronization. 5. Cellular resonance meditation breakthrough moment. Michael's revelation. The radio wasn't broken, I was. Transmission complete. Breath. The quantum collapse mechanism. Physiological quantum architecture. 20,000 daily quantum collapses. Breath. Not just survival mechanism. Living manifestation algorithm. Continuous wave to particle transformation. Breath mechanics. Potential. Form. Expression. Release. Potential quantum breath signatures. 1. Coherence breathing. 4 counts inhale. 7 counts suspension. 8 counts exhale. Nervous system recalibration. Timeline interference pattern reset. 2. Quantum resonance protocol. Breath as conscious wave function. Each inhale. Information gathering. Suspension. Quantum processing. Exhale. Reality transmission. Cellular memory reprogramming. Spiritual breath traditions. Hebrew, Ruach, Sanskrit, Prana, Chinese, Qi, Greek, Pneuma. Manifestation breath. Principle. You're not breathing. Breath is breathing. You. Consciousness using respiratory system as quantum antenna. Transmission. Complete. Shall we decode the neurological mechanics of conscious breathing? Parallel timelines. The quantum frequency divide. Misaligned timeline. Survival mode. You wake before consciousness fully arrives. Anxiety already flooding your nervous system. Phone in hand before first breath. Scrolling through algorithmic despair. Comparing your internal chaos to curated external perfection. Each notification a micro-trauma. Cortisol spiking. Nervous system interpreting world as threat. Breakfast. Rushed, unconscious. Coffee as survival mechanism, not nourishment. Mind already fracturing. Part planning escape, part rehearsing worst-case scenarios. Body tense, breathing shallow. Shoulders carrying generational tension. Work becomes battlefield. Not creation, but protection. Every interaction a potential threat. Every email a possible landmine. Creativity crushed under survival mechanics. Meetings feel like psychological warfare. Defending, positioning, hiding true capacity. Relationships, transactional. Connection replaced by strategic positioning. Love reduced to negotiation, intimacy to performance. Constantly proving, never truly revealing. Exhaustion your primary language. Evening arrives like punishment. Not completion, but surrender. Collapsed into couch. Neural pathways still firing survival signals. Numbing through screens, alcohol, distraction. Dreams become escape, not restoration. Aligned timeline. Quantum cooperation. You wake, consciousness gently arriving. Nervous system knows safety before mind interprets reality. First breath, expansive. Body communicates abundance, not scarcity. Cellular intelligence understands you're supported. Morning, spacious. Breakfast becomes ritual, not refueling. Each bite, communion with life force. Breath synchronized. Movements deliberate. Time expands when you're not fighting it. Work transforms into creative transmission. Not effort, but flow. Projects emerge through you, not from you. Synchronicities appear constantly. Right messages, unexpected connections. Money moves like water. Fluid, responsive, intelligent. Relationships, resonant. Interactions become frequency exchanges. You don't need to prove, only express. Intimacy is natural consequence of presence. Each conversation, potential timeline activation. Evening arrives as celebration. Not exhaustion, but integration. Body knows completion is not depletion. Gratitude not as practice, but as fundamental state of being. Key quantum distinctions. Misaligned timeline. Fights reality. Interprets world as threat. Survival-based perception. Energy. Contracted. Result. Resistance aligned. Timeline. Cooperates with reality. Interprets world as opportunity. Creation-based perception. Energy. Expansive. Result. Emergence transmission. Complete. Quantum manifestation. The childhood frequency. Erosion. Childhood. Quantum architecture. Theta brainwave dominance. Pure consciousness. Portal. Reality creation. Without resistance. Belief precedes evidence. Instant manifestation mechanism. Erosion. Stages. 1. Educational conditioning. School. Logic. Override system. Reward mechanism. Compliance. Creativity. Punishment. Imagination suppression. Systematic frequency reduction. 2. Societal programming. Grow up. Frequency compression. Rational mind elevated. Emotional intelligence diminished. Quantum access blocked. 3. Trauma response. Safety mechanism. Mental contraction. Nervous system. Learns. Belief. Vulnerability. Protection. Strategy. Logical filtering. Manifestation ability shutdown. 4. Logical mind hijack. Beta brainwave. Dominance. Evidence-dependent perception. Attachment creates resistance. Overthinking destroys quantum flow. Quantum restoration. Protocol. Theta state reactivation. Nervous system. Recalibration. Belief reconstruction. Embodied wisdom integration. Restoration. Practices. 1. Quantum meditation. 2. Nervous system reprogramming. 3. Belief archaeology. 4. Frequency attunement transmission complete. Shall we decode the neurological mechanics of quantum restoration? Quantum prophecy. Transmission. 30-day frequency activation protocol prophecy. Mechanism. Probability collapse through coherent frequency emission. Prophecy. 1. 72-hour quantum contact. Mechanism. Unresolved potential frequency. Trigger. Nervous system recalibration. Prediction. Unexpected communication from past network. Quantum signature. Dormant connection. Reactivation. Recognition. Protocol. Synchronistic communication. Instruction. Remain open. No forced response. Prophecy. 2. Week 2. Unexpected financial quantum. Mechanism. Abundance frequency entrainment. Trigger. Internal wealth narrative dissolution. Prediction. Forgotten, unexpected financial channel activates. Quantum signature. Non-linear wealth emergence. Recognition protocol. Surprise money source. Instruction. Receive without explanation needed. Prophecy. 3. Day 21. Closed door quantum reopening. Mechanism. Vibrational barrier dissolution. Trigger. Identity frequency expansion. Prediction. Previously blocked opportunity reappears. Quantum signature. Resistance field collapse. Recognition. Protocol. Unexpected access. Invitation. Instruction. Step through without hesitation. Prophecy. 4. Relationship quantum recalibration. Mechanism. Resonance field reconstruction. Trigger. Personal frequency. Stabilization. Prediction. Significant relationship transformation. Quantum signature. Effortless. Alignment. Recognition protocol. Unexpected understanding. Instruction. Maintain neutral observation. Prophecy. 5. Career quantum leap. Mechanism. Professional frequency entanglement. Trigger. Internal purpose alignment. Prediction. Unexpected professional opportunity. Quantum signature. Non-linear career progression. Recognition. Protocol. Synchronistic career movement. Instruction. Trust. Intuitive guidance. Prophecy. 6. Health quantum reconfiguration. Mechanism. Cellular frequency reprogramming. Trigger. Nervous system coherence. Prediction. Spontaneous healing potential. Quantum signature. Biological reset. Recognition. Protocol. Unexplained physical improvement. Instruction. Accept without resistance. Prophecy. 7. Spiritual quantum activation. Mechanism. Consciousness expansion protocol. Trigger. Frequency stabilization. Prediction. Profound intuitive download. Quantum signature. Multidimensional awareness. Recognition. Protocol. Sudden clarity. Instruction. Document transmission documentation protocol. Screenshot. Each manifestation. Record date time. Describe quantum mechanism. Share transmission proof. Transmission complete. Shall we activate your quantum prophecy tracking system? And here's the truth. What we've traversed isn't just information. It's a complete recalibration of your quantum operating system. Every moment we've explored dissolves the old narrative of waiting, struggling, performing, and awakens the frequency of inevitable emergence. I've curated something precise to continue this transmission, the Quantum Identity Shift Guide. It's not another digital product. It's a frequency calibration tool designed to stabilize the quantum shifts we've activated today. Inside, you'll find the exact neurological reprogramming protocols, the embodiment practices that transform cellular memory, and the precise frequency instructions that collapse timelines faster than traditional manifestation teaches. If this transmission resonated, if you felt something shift beneath your conscious awareness, subscribe to this channel, but don't subscribe for content. Subscribe because we're building a frequency community where transformation isn't a goal, it's a living, breathing reality. Hit like not for algorithms, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. And in the comments, declare your quantum commitment. I embody change. I don't force it. Your timeline is not something happening to you. It's something you're actively collapsing with every breath, every choice, every moment of radical presence. The version of you who has already lived your desired reality isn't waiting somewhere in the future. It's surrounding you right now, pulling you into its inevitable frequency. This is not a possibility. This is physics. And physics doesn't negotiate. It responds.